Jason, speak though. Is he just going to give me sign language with a machete?
Shake your machete, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's ashamed. You should be ashamed.
Is little Jason good up? He's got it. Yeah.
Speak up. Now you're supposed to hum the little jump rope girl theme. Go ahead. All right, Freddy, come on. Next, Freddy, speak up.
Do you know what the inspiration for Freddy Kruger was?
Yeah, Freddy Kruger. So, first story. And these are all blends of things I've heard over the years, and they shift a little bit. You know, but what did they say in the great Howard Hawks movie? Great Howard Hawks movie, John Wayne and Jimmy Stewart. You know, the truth doesn't work, print the legend. You know, and this is what I think is the truth. Kruger is the name of a boy that bullied Wes Craven when he was in elementary school. That's where the name Kruger comes from. Stuck with Wes, but it's also very Germanic. Kruger, you know, is a German name, and the German fairy tale is sort of what Wes wanted to model the Nightmare on Elm Street's on in a way. They're a cautionary tale for adolescents. If you notice in Freddy's, the new Freddy, part 7, that there's a trail of sleeping pills are left for the mother of the little boy. Well, what is that? That's Hansel and Gretel, the bread bones, you know. But the original fairy tales were very cruel and dark, and we had them all Disney-fied. But I mean, what was Hansel and Gretel? If you don't behave, Mommy and Daddy will send you out into the forest. There's not enough food. There's a famine in Germany. You must leave. And Hansel and Gretel go out into the forest, and what's the first thing that happens when hunger hits? Hallucinations. If you're a little boy, what would you hallucinate? A little girl when you're starving? A house made out of candy and cakes and pie, which is what they did. So these are very dark tales, and so that was one of the reasons Wes used the name Kruger. The other inspiration was a series of articles in the LA Times. And these articles, refugees from Cambodia, I believe, came to America, and very near here, I think it might have even been Iowa or Ohio, they were adopted by very well-meaning small-town people in America, and they lived in very clean accommodations, and I think some of them were good Christian groups, I'm not sure. But the Cambodians coming from the hot, sticky, humid jungle of Cambodia, these refugees who were being, you know, attacked by the North, the communists and Pol Pot and his regime back then in Vietnam, many of them were traumatized. And they had a tradition in their culture of waking themselves up in the middle of the night if they had a nightmare and writing it down as a song lyric or a simple poem or a short story, or the music for a song, or even the inspiration for a dark dance that they might have had, being chased by a lion or something. Well, when they got to America, that instinct, that impulse to wake themselves up and write that down and purge themselves from this nightmare didn't occur anymore. And they died in their sleep like dogs. Many of them. There was a series of articles in the LA Times. And Wes read that. I read it too. I didn't know who Wes Craven was then, or didn't know Wes then. And I remember reading those articles, and that was the other inspiration of Nightmare on Elm Street. And Elm Street, some of you in here are old enough to remember reading when you were in the first grade, and you do your reading class, and the book was Dick and Jane, the Dick and Jane readers. Well, everybody in America at one time had to learn to read with that book. Where did Dick and Jane live? On Elm Street. Where was President Kennedy assassinated? On Elm Street. Elm Street, America. Every town has an Elm Street.
I think we only have time for probably one or maybe two quick questions.
The last two questions.
So,
all right.